What is up, everybody? Welcome back to part 2, round 2 coverage by Fairway Media of the Christopher Reeves Memorial. This is the 3rd annual version of this tournament in memory of Christopher Reeves. Our tournament director is Matt Van Dusen, and we are sponsored by Dynamic Discs.
Yeah, that was Max Spears. I am Chris Waugh. We are commentating this back nine coverage here on the Rhododendron Course out at Fort Steilacoom. On the card, we've got Ming Vang, Chris Hirn, Rodney Marohl, and Roccy Spadafore. And here we are on hole 10, par 4. Nothing in the way. Throw a big turnover or a roller. These guys are looking to get up close to this tree here on the right, or even pushing this tree line right in front of us. And then you'll see the basket not too far past the trees. If you're up at the trees, you're probably looking at less than 100 feet into the basket. The angle really gives you an attackable line, so these guys won't be left with much on their approach shot unless they hit a tree off the tee.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy hole. It did come in as the easiest hole at 0.4 under par. Almost half of our field at 47% taking a birdie on it. As we see a nice shot there by Ming. Yeah, this hole honestly is probably in need of some sort of mandatory or out of bounds or something to create a little bit of separation, because as it stands, it's just a crush a shot, chip a shot, make your putt. Pretty straightforward 3.
Yeah, and even that shot from Chris, he missed his line, but he's still not going to have much in his way to get up to the basket. And here's a roller from Rodney.
Not yet.
I like the roller on this hole.
Yep, another option. And this is one that these guys are kind of pushing up, maybe give themselves a look at an eagle even. If you can get past the trees, it's possible.
Yeah, especially with a roller, a big swooping air shot.
Yeah, it was a great shot there from Rocky. Looked like a good angle on the ground as well. Rodney up first. Maybe a little high out of Rodney. Yeah, catch those branches. Making the only mistake you want to avoid on this hole. Got to keep it under those branches and away from those trees.
Unfortunate bit of ground play there for Rocky. So we see here, as you were saying, Chris, Chris Hirn had missed his line and still ends up with very straightforward approach shot there. Does good work to get it into the pine cones.
Yep, too easy there from Ming. Push that tree line on a good drive. There's Rodney from a distance for his 3. Yeah, good powerful putt, just a little high and left.
Yeah, nice effort. Couldn't quite convert.
Here is Rocky for his 3. Didn't get his approach as close as he would like, which results in a low putt from distance. He'll tap in for a 4. Chris, easy birdie. That's the way you should play it.
Yeah, nicely done by him. As Rodney and Rocky will tap in their shots here, and Ming will get himself a nice easy birdie.
Routine right there. Yeah, and it is almost too easy of a hole for the course. Almost doesn't fit in, unless you're turning it into a par 3, but then it almost doesn't fit in as well. But here we are on hole 11.
Yeah, hole 11 gets us back to more of the theme that we've seen. Good distance at 381, but a reachable hole here on hole 11. Our players are going to want to throw some sort of big hyzer out and around to try to access this green. There's not a lot of room to try to get there on the left side. We'll see if anybody can push it the whole way down there. We are going to this basket that Ming is throwing towards. You can see the band of another basket on your left. Ming's going to find himself close to pin high, but on the right side.
Here is Chris, trying to avoid the branches.
Get under that. There we go. Now start baiting. Woo, got some work to do.
And there's Rodney.
Pretty nice shot out of him. Maybe a little bit short, but nice line. Rocky catches a little bit of branch there. Forces it out a little too wide. Catches more branch as he's got this left now for his par.
Get in there. Come on. Get in there.
Oh, that was a good looking putt.
Yeah, I thought for a second he might run that down, but not quite. As Chris can't convert from under the tree there.
Here's Ming from distance. Good solid bid. Just came out a little early. Rodney from inside the circle.
Nice too, stud.
Good birdie from Rodney.
Yeah, that's really nicely done by him. This is a difficult hole. Nice feeling birdie to get. You know, Rodney's trying to push ahead of Chris and try and push that lead that Ming has found here, as Ming will try and tap in his par.
Yeah, at this point, these guys are still trying to give Ming a push. They don't think he's too far out. Just a good run. Got a few holes left.
Absolutely. They're 4 back with 7 to play. Gonna be tough, but doable. They want to try to make him feel a little pressure.
Here we are, hole 12, 423 feet. Just want to push it as straight as you can, really. Got quite a bit of distance for these guys.
Oh yeah. Okay, big dog.
This is
Rodney
a really
seems
nice
to
shot.
put a good ride on it.
Yeah, nice shot
Yeah.
from Rodney. Gets it close to the bullseye there, it looks like.
Yeah, well done. This is a very similar shot to the last one. You kind of want to hang it out right and let it fall back left, as both of them have put it up there in the circle. Great shots from both Ming and Rodney. Here's Chris to follow suit.
Yeah, definitely a similar shape to the last hole. A little bit further, but you're just trying to throw that nice straight flex shot that it moves left to right and back left, but it finishes pretty much exactly where you let it go.
And pushed a little bit there from Rocky. Gets a full flight, maybe a little lower than he wanted. That'll be a putt from distance. More of an approach, really.
Well done by him, though. That'll be an easy tap-in par.
Yeah, Chris looking for the same, just kind of put it close.
Get up.
Yep. Moving on. Just pushed from Ming. Not quite committed to get it there. See if Rodney can get another stroke. He knows he needs this one.
Who needs to play all the time?
Confident.
Let's go, Rodney.
Well done from Rodney.
Great putt, high in the chains. Like you said, Chris, very confident on the delivery. And that might be what he needs to kind of make Ming feel his presence on this card. Only 3 back now. Ming just missed a putt low, which is usually, you know, you're thinking about it a little bit. See if Rodney can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, but Ming is a good putter. He doesn't usually miss those.
As we move on to our next hole, hole 13, par 3, 357 feet. We're going to have another shot that you're going to want to travel straight, but you're going to want to keep this either just flat or on a subtle hyzer so that you can keep some momentum skipping into this green underneath these trees. Little score check-in here. We can see that really it's the 3 players at the top of our lead card that are pushing for those podium spots. A couple guys chasing. As Rodney does give this a little bit too much angle over to the right, that's not going to have enough to come back.
Yeah, we have a little approach from over there. Ming starting it on the same line, but swinging it back in nicely under the branches. That'll be a good putt from inside the circle.
Yeah, that's nicely done by him. If you can get that hyzer angle on the hard packed ground under those trees, you get some pine straw under there, you usually find a nice skip.
A little short from Chris, but he should be looking. Maybe a low ceiling putt.
Nice shot, Rocky.
In that gap.
Yep,
Skip to
that's a
him.
nice shot. It's a nice shot.
Oh, in front of the tree.
Another good look from Rocky. Maybe a little short. He will be behind the tree.
Yeah, that's fairly deceiving. From the tee, it looks like you do pretty well, but when you come up short of these trees, you're about circle's edge, outside, some tricky things, low ceiling.
Yeah, another deceiving distance at the 357. Most plays a bit longer. Yeah, because Chris puts in another good putt.
You said it earlier, but he's really putting on a show here on the green. You can tell he's feeling dialed, hitting from a few different distances. Trying to do the same thing that Rodney was doing on the last hole, which is putting a little pressure on Ming here. Which is tough to do when he's getting birdies like that.
Yep, that's what Ming does. Rodney for par.
Yeah, that's a great birdie to get for Ming as it answers back to these guys that are chasing him down. Pushes that lead back to 4. Chris, I'm sure, is thinking, oh, I might get a stroke here, and then Ming puts that to bed.
Rocky dancing with the branches. Good putt.
Yeah, good job keeping his focus. He was able to hit his dance moves and deliver the putt there.
Hole 14, par 3. I can't really tell which hole this was because I was looking at the wrong side. I throw the right side on this one, I believe.
Yeah, most players, I think, are going to opt for that right side gap
yes.
here. The left side is available, but there is some OB further left. It's definitely a tighter gap. You can throw a pretty stock hyzer out to the right. You don't want to throw it quite as wide as Ming, because if you keep it tighter, you'll get a bit of a skip.
Yeah, this is a routine hyzer now that I see where it is. 259, plays about right. Just got to stay out of those trees on the left side.
Yeah, it's a
Everybody
good
seems to be getting a look.
Yeah, let the stability be your friend on the disc. Throw something hard, let it swing back. Because we are going to see the inside gap here. A pretty nice delivery from Rocky.
Now curl.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Did it keep going?
Don't know that I've seen that one in person yet.
No,
I'll have to take a look next time I'm there.
I haven't seen that one either, but that's really nice. As Ming almost drains it from distance.
Yeah, that was a good bid. Chris, yeah, just off a little left.
Oh, another
As
near
is
miss.
Rodney.
Those are heartbreakers for Chris and Rodney. Would have been nice to pick up a stroke here, as Rocky can't convert either.
We got woes on the putting green on 14. And that's one you really want to get.
Okay, take this out of the video.
Why'd they only play?
Yeah, this
See
is
if
one
we
of
get
the
another.
easier birdies on the course for sure. Actually averaging the same amount under par as hole 10, so I guess tied for the easiest hole on the course. 0.4 under par with 47% birdies. But we're moving on. Another fairly straightforward hole, but trickier than the last. Hole 15 gives us 320 feet. You're going to want to keep your disc down that left side gap. There's a smaller gap down the right if you want to try to force a hyzer. some sort of forehand or just a straight mid-range or fairway driver down the left will give you a putt. You do want to find yourself in a friendly position with the way that those trees are situated around the basket. You can get a little blocked off and unable to putt there.
And here's Ming with a sidearm, putting it real close.
Yeah.
Unlike his competitors to his score.
Yeah, that is pressure applied here for Chris and Rodney on this hole. As you see, Chris tries that skinnier hyzer gap on the right, but unable to navigate past the branches.
And Rodney tries as well. Look to be similar result.
Yeah, that's tough to see the guy you're trying to chase down, park a shot, and then end up only about halfway down the fairway. But still, some opportunities here for our players. As Chris a little timid, a little lazy on the approach there.
Yeah, needed much more commitment out of that one. Rodney shows him how it's done. Good approach by Rodney. Comes Rocky. He's looking to put that one close as well. He does not. Leaves himself a bit of a tester, maybe through the trees. That was a good bid from Chris after the pour-up shot. Rocky almost makes do.
Yeah, Rocky and Chris paying the price for being a little early on their approaches. They're going to both have to settle for bogey as Rodney taps in a par. Ming's letting everybody else clear out as he is just now the next to putt for his birdie.
Yep, first to throw, last to putt. Second to last to putt.
Yeah. He did throw 2 fewer shots, though.
It is true. Yeah, here we are, hole 16. Hole 16 is an island at 309. You've got this berm here defining the island, kind of on the top inside edge, all the way around. It's another shot that you kind of want to push out a bit to the right before it hyzer back, or just straight. Ming gonna throw a sidearm to the opposite of what I said, push it left and come on back.
Well rewarded
And
for
that's
that
it.
shot.
Yep.
That was
Ming is feeling no pressure at this point. He's just coasting through these last few holes.
Yeah, getting park
battle
jobs like
between-
that, not having to worry about the stress of putting, especially going first on the tees, putting all the pressure on these other guys. Which Rodney responds to here with a really nice shot. Smooth backhand to find his way onto the green.
Yep, it's well done. Yeah, and there still is a battle between Rodney and Chris. So they still do need to execute these shots.
Yeah.
As is well done there from Chris.
Yep, that's a good point. There's still, a lot on the line here. It's going to be tough to catch Ming, but Chris and Rodney have 3 more holes to battle things out.
Yeah, and that Rocky hit early. It does play as a hazard. It is not out of bounds. So there he is putting for his 3.
Yeah, same rules as our other island hole. As we see a great birdie here from Rodney. Probably about 9 paces off the basket there. Nice delivery, nice birdie.
Yep, great putt. Chris looking to match. Yeah, a little high, but that one stuck. Good putt there.
Yeah, keep nice little hug there on the basket as he's happy that one got underneath the band for his birdie. Keeps him just 1 stroke off of Rodney.
Yeah, and there's a bogey for Rocky. Punishment for not getting out of that hazard. Ming too easy again with the birdie.
All right, we're moving on to our second to last hole here. Our par 3 370-foot 17th is a tricky one. you're going to want to swing the disc out either through this kind of more straight gap here, or even a little further, skipping back in with a flare skip. Difficult and tricky hole. There's some low ceiling to deal with, a lot of different trees that you're trying to miss, and I believe there's also a mandatory on the left side that you have to pass to the right of.
Yep, and there is that inside gap that you can see, but that really tests the Mando. As Ming pushes it a little bit wide, he doesn't really need to mess with it. He can just play this as a par 4.
Here we see
Rodney.
Inside gap from Rodney, getting aggressive. That is the most direct line to the basket. Cuts off quite a bit of distance. If you take that outside right line, it makes it much more like a 400-foot plus hole.
Yeah, and he's putting. He might make Chris think about taking that route as well. Looks like he does.
Go straight. That's fine. Go
And at this
straight.
point, Chris needs to get some 2s, or a 2. Everybody taking that inside gap except for Ming.
All right.
Yeah, Ming not wanting much to do with that Mando. Plays the smart shot with the kind of lead that he has. Here we see Chris with a long jumper. Can't quite get it there, but easy par for him.
Here is Ming just looking to put it close. Close enough.
Yep, good enough from him. Low stress. That's what you do when you got a 5-stroke lead on your competitors. Rocky approaching well. Rodney really has a chance here to, I don't want to say put it away, but make it pretty tough for Chris.
One time.
Oh man.
I must.
Just
That
off
was
the
a
bat.
great bid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was painting the pole the whole way. It was a good bid from Rodney. He thought he had it. A little disappointed after it hit the ground, but still a good bid. You can't be too upset about that one.
Yeah, great effort, but the miss does really keep Chris alive, as those players are going to move into par 4 18th, separated by just 1 stroke.
And the 18th hole is an interesting one. You'll see as we get up there, there's a lot of out of bounds real close, or hazard really close to the basket. So there can be some awkward rollaways that can cause some unlucky breaks here. But here we are on 18. It is a par 4, very low ceiling. The only real gap is off to the right side. Kind of want to hang it out to the right, push it as far forward as you can. Finish left, but anything that doesn't hit a tree will give you a good approach to the basket. You can see those bunkers surrounding the basket are all hazard.
It was fun. Rocky?
So you want to stay out of those.
I'll see you again. Another tournament. We'll play some more.
Nice to see our players giving cameraman Justin some love. Justin does a lot of work to put these great videos out for you guys. It's nice when the players appreciate it too, as they get to show off their skills for everyone. Ming with a tricky forehand there down the left side, but if you do make it the whole way out to the left towards those cars, it is completely wide open over there. Easy approach to the basket. I also like the roller that Rodney threw, but that one's going to catch an early tree and going to be pretty tough for him.
Yeah, only one player throwing the gap that I said was the only gap.
Maybe I shouldn't, because I need that stroke.
But here is Rocky throwing the sidearm gap as well. So nobody really made it through too clean here. So everybody's going to be throwing some tricky approaches to this green, again, that is surrounded by hazard. So you get extra strokes if you throw it too close to the basket on this one.
Yeah, and Rodney doesn't progress very far down the fairway. As you pointed out, with all that hazard around the basket, it's going to be tough for him to try and put that close, which he needs to try to secure at least a par here to force a tie with Chris. He's going to have an opportunity for birdie.
Yep, and that was Ming playing the hole very well. You could see he couldn't even see the bunkers from that side. As Rodney hit a tree early.
Here's Rocky. Nice jump putt from him. That avoids the hazards. Oh, and Rodney has found the one of the hazards on his approach here. This putt, I believe, is for his par.
He has found the skinny inbounds area right under the basket. That's a good approach there from Rodney.
Yeah, and I believe I counted wrong there. I think that putt was for 5. Already for bogey there for Rodney. Ming
But there's
Vang.
Ming Vang.
Yep. Taps in, gets himself one more birdie to finish at 13 down. He's not laying up and waiting for the glory at the end. He just wants to take the victory. As Chris there taps in a par. And we'll wait. Rocky also tapping in a par to finish it. A little bit of a disappointing +2. He does finish tied for 7. As Rodney taps in the double bogey, which with Chris's par drops Rodney 1 stroke short of Chris. Chris will secure second place as Rodney finishes out the podium.
Yeah, good showing from these guys. We got Ming Vang, your winner here at 13 under. Great showing, followed by Chris Hirn and Rodney Marohl, your podium positions. Yeah, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you here in Fairway Media.
Yeah, thanks for checking out the videos, guys. If you haven't seen part 1 of this round or the first round, go check those videos out. You get to see some good golf, including 2 rounds from our eventual winner, Ming Vang, as well as second place player, Chris Hirn. Shout out to these guys for throwing these great shots, some highlights you're going to see here. And thanks to everybody for supporting the Chris Reeves Memorial. This was the 3rd annual version of this tournament, and it's just nice to see players out there playing in memory of somebody that meant a lot for disc golf in Washington and trying to do it for a good cause.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, Chris was a good guy. I got to play a few rounds with Chris, a few doubles rounds, a few just rounds out there. Yeah, good guy. It was tough to hear of his passing when it happened. But for Max Spears, I'm Chris Waugh. Thank you for joining us here on the Fairway Media's coverage.
Hey guys, like and subscribe and check out fairwaymedia.golf.